Good morning, good morning, good morning. The worst thing to happen is your camera screw up or you screw up messing with your camera because you couldn't get it focused. So last night I was playing around with my camera and I changed some settings and I didn't test it out before we did the video, before I came on live. So hopefully I'm in focus. I did change the light a little bit around here. Something was wrong with my camera yesterday, so I had to do a lot of testing and go back and review some videos and how to get my setting right. So hopefully I'm in focus and all that other good stuff. So yesterday I was undecided. I told you I was going to write 10,000 K and then go back and edit. Well, I had put my dilemma in my writing cabin, in our NaNo writing cabin, for my writing buddies to share with me their opinions. And even though you know deep down inside what you're supposed to do, you still want to take those little shortcuts and edit. Well, anyway, I got some good advice. And one lady, she did said that she tried my method at one time and she regret doing it. She was heartbroken afterwards because it changed so much and she wanted to just give up on her story. So, hey, baby girl, thank you for stopping by. It's so nice to see some familiar faces here. And you get some rest. That's one of my gamers, y'all, my adopted daughters out there. I'm so glad she came and say hello. So anyway, as I was saying, is that I'm not gonna edit. I decided, okay, I made it to my 10,000 word count. Yay! And I figure if I do 2,000 words a day, I'm hoping to do more because I would like to at least get 70 to 75,000 words with this story. And so typing maybe 3,000 will help me get to that goal a little faster. And since I made my 10,000 words within 5 days, imagine what I can do in the next 5 days. So I'm not going to edit. I got my chapters broken down in scenes. Some other person said that they do the same thing. They don't write chapters, they write scenes. And then when they go into the edited process, they can change it to whatever they want. And I like that method too. It don't seem overwhelming. So I'm not going to edit, but I am going to do something extra on the side just to get to know the details and compare the potholes and out missing plots and twists and all that other good stuff. I did the snowflake method before. I shared it on my podcast and how to do it. So yesterday I took my notebook out and I need to transfer it over to Google Docs and I started reviewing the snowflake method again. I know I said I was going to trash all that away, but I did get some golden nuggets with the snowflake method, and it will help make my story even stronger, allow me to see my strength and weakness in my story. So I did step one, two, and started on three, and I was writing it in my journal, in my bullet journal. I'll put everything in my bullet journal. And I end up writing how a summary of how my story gonna go. Since this is Bay Vaughn's story, is telling the story, and I finally got it together because when I first started out with CampNaNo, I was writing, going back and forth between first and third person, and I didn't realize how easy it was to write in third person. I thought first person was the easiest thing to do. But no, third person is easy. But since it is Bay's story and I want my readers to be intimate with her, I decided to go back to the snowflake method and wrote a summary of my main characters. And I just did Bay yesterday. I wrote like her ambition, her goal, her conflict, which keeps her from achieving her goal, and her epiphany, which is something she will learn by the end of the story. Because your character has to grow, they can't stay stagnant. So, and then the summary of the story, because yesterday I felt lost after the murder scene. I kept thinking, what's next? What's next? It took me 2 days to write the murder scene. So, and I didn't have any dreams. But last night I did. I guess I was so focused on my story all day yesterday, it stayed with me throughout the night. So everything I wrote, which helped my story come to life, was written in the page. So yeah, now I know the direction of my story, even though I had some idea now, but there's the little bits and pieces that was missing that I'm able to go in and write those scenes today. Not all of them, but write another scene today, which I feel pretty good about my story, even more so. And the people in my camp was saying, one, that when you edit, you got to keep that in mind too. Your story is being edited in three phases. I think she said that was a line edit, a copy edit, and a proofreader, something like that. I can't remember. And I started thinking, yeah, it's just like your story is written in phases too. So the main thing is to get it out, write it, and I think when I did it in November, I was just writing, And I should have kept that copy. That was probably a big mistake, even though it looked awful. It wasn't organized. At least when I'm writing this draft, it's organized because I have it broken down in scenes. And I didn't have my first one broken down in nothing, and it just totally depressed me and discouraged me. So I'm not discouraged the way the story is going, and I figure when it comes to editing, I can take it scene by scene. It's already broken down, which will make the process much easier. And I will continue to work on the snowflake method, not all 10 steps, because not all 10 steps is relevant to my story, but I do need to know some main details. And I initially thought, again, I knew who the killer was. But after writing the summary of my story down, oh my gosh, the killer surprised me, and it still may surprise me. And that's something someone else too told me. If you go back and edit your 10K, and as you continue to write, things change in your story, and then you have to go back and start over and make everything connect, and that's wasted time. And you don't want to waste your valuable time doing that, backtracking, and trying to make everything fit because of the changes. I didn't think about that. So I did think about I would be devastated if I write all this and realize, oh, this ain't right. I would be crushed. So yeah, I'm not gonna go back and edit. I'm just gonna continue to write as many words as I can till my story completes. Even if it goes past July 31st, I'm gonna continue on it. And then they said take a break. I don't know if I want to take a break. I feel like a rebel writing. I don't want to take a break. I want to continue. Maybe I would take a week break because I am working on an haiku book as well doing this here at Camp Nano, and I want to get that out sometime in August. So maybe I'll take a break and focus a little bit more on a nano book. I mean, that haiku book, and then come back to my story. Because my ultimate goal is to have that manuscript completed before November when Nano starts, because I want to move into the second book of this series. And I already have an idea what I want that to be about. So, yeah, don't edit. Keep pushing forward. Fight that inner demon. And I know that. I just want to do something different. And that could have been a big mistake. So, anyway, that's for that. We're going to do a 10-minute warm up, writing warm up. Let me get my stuff started, and I will set the timer for. Oh my gosh! I got my. Hold on. I have my phone on and I forgot to cut it off, so that's why you hear the back talk. So anyway, let's do a 10-minute timer and warm up. Okay, that was our first 10 minutes warm up. So let me see, how many words did I get? Oh, I did 473 so far. So like my goal is 2,000 words, and I might go for three today, but during this here time, it'll just stick with the two. I had enough time yesterday to do some extra writing besides what I did with my characters, but I didn't. I didn't take advantage of our time. We had I um, a stream with my writing coach yesterday, and she did come up with this idea, and I hadn't checked it out again, but it's called Will of Care. I think that's what it is. It's like we are so isolated. We are solitary writers, and we tend to stay away from people because we in our own little world. So we tend to neglect ourselves. And so she come up with this Will of Care divided into different categories like emotional, physical, spiritual. I can't remember the rest. So I'm gonna probably do something like that today so I can divide my time to focus on me other than writing because we need to balance our life out. So that was a good thing. And I'll share more with you on that tomorrow once I go over the notes and make my will appear. And so anyway, since I got you here, I want to show you my cat. I've been looking for a stuffed animal. I showed this in one of my previous videos. His name is Mr. Bud DeWiser. I love him so much. I went on Amazon looking for a cat that looked like him, a stuffed animal, and I could never find one. So for those who are watching me and hadn't seen, this is Bay's cat. That is Mr. Bud the Wiser, and I love him. Someone say he looks so wizardly. He does. And this is a breed of cats, and I'm gonna have to go over and read what they say. But he was born with some kind of chromosome deficiency or some kind of abnormality that their hair grow wild like this. And this is Mr. Bud DeWise. I have more pictures of him on my Pinterest. You can check it out. Is pinterest.com/tish coffee cozy, CoffyCozy. So I have a Pinterest board of my characters, and I only have Mr. Bud. This is Bay. Jill Scott is representing, depicting my main character, and that's Jill when she left home uh, 10 years ago, where she gained a lot of weight and she's sort of low on self esteem. She considered herself the epitome of failure, because she's overweight, unemployed. She can't keep a job because she's looking for this perfect textbook job. So she really can't find herself. And so she'll quit. She'll work her 3 months and then quit and move on to the next job. And this is her in the middle in her so-called sleuth attire when she's going to investigate, who killed Getty. And that's her in her little evening dress. She goes on her first date with someone in this book. So that's her trying to come out of her shell. So yeah, I love Jill Scott. I watched all her movies and shows, so that persona of her is my character, Bay Vons, Bailey Ray Vons, but they call her Bay for short. So anyway, I'm going into our first 20-minute sprint, writing sprint. Got music playing. I hadn't changed it. I'm still learning how to work this program, how I can have music continuously playing and change up on the song. So hopefully tomorrow I have that done. So let's start our first 20-minute writing sprint. Okay, we just finished our first 20-minute writing sprint. Hi, Unicorn. Glad to have you here. Oh, it's 5:20 where you at. But if you get 5K by 9 a.m., I have. Oh, good, good, good. I plan to do an hour. I usually go from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Central Time. Um, and usually I can get 20. I usually come about 2,000, a little bit over 2,000 within that time frame. So it's good to have you here, and I like your goal. It's good to break it down sometimes. I know I used to say, well, I'm gonna do 1,000 a day. I would do 500 in the morning, and I try to break it down 500 in the evening. That's how I used to start. But yeah, I'm glad you joined us. I've been dictating to get the words since I. Oh, you meant dictating? That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. That's really good to get your word count in. It seems like when I be writing, I be talking. I'm talking it out, and sometimes my hands aren't fast enough. But I might try that. I think that'll be good because sometimes I can hear the conversation in my head, and I can just speak it out. And if I can dictate it and transcribe it into words, that would be perfect. That's a good idea. I like that plan. Hi, get mad with Cod the lad. Just got here. Hope I'm not late. It's 5:45 a.m. Yeah, we did our first 10-minute sprint warm up, and then we did our first 20-minute writing sprint, and we have one more 20 minutes writing sprint to do. You can catch us on a replay. And I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you. One word, one sentence is better than nothing at all. So yeah, you got this. Thank you for joining me. Um, it's wonderful to get the dialogue. Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. I love the dialogue that goes on. Yesterday I did it between Bay, which is my MC, she's a salute, and her cousin. And they was trapped in this room and they couldn't get out of the crime scene. And the conversation between them went on and on. And then I wish they could just take the thoughts magically out of my head and just transcribe it because it was so good. So yeah, the dialogues is what really brings it alive. So yeah, I'm so glad y'all joined me. So we got one more 20-minute writing sprint before we call it a day. At least it'll be a day for me online. Um, I'm going to try to have a huge writing day. I have a playlist of live stream, both past and upcoming, and hopefully I can get. Oh, do you? Now that's something I'm working on is creating a playlist. So when I do these sprints, just going from one song to the next. I usually don't play music. I never really listen to music, but my daughter, she's um, a remixer, so I use her music and another person's music and I love lo-fi. Oh my gosh, I can write to lo-fi music anytime. I just love it. Oh, it's 5:58 where you at? Oh, okay. Excuse me. Or you at 5:58? I did a 12-hour writing. Oh wow, that's a long time. Oh my gosh. 12-hour writing? I can't even imagine. Oh, but I might do that because, ooh, that is a long time. I don't know how I can keep my brain going 12 minutes. Hi, you're from Brazil. Oh, I'm glad. Loving your life. Oh, thank you. That really means a lot to me. I hope you continue to join us. And I was hoping that it will be motivational. It's motivational to me because I'm getting in the habit of being consistent and I don't like, excuse me, I don't like time. I don't like to set my life or my schedule by time. But if you're going to write, you really have to get into that routine. And I tried writing different times of the day, and I realized early morning hours is best for me. That's when my kids go to bed, is when I wake up. I go to bed about 7 in the evening. My kids are up to like 4 o'clock in the morning. They gamers and all this other stuff. So when I got up this morning, I seen them clicking their lights off. They was just going to bed. So this is my quiet time, and it seems like my story comes alive inside my head. My music's ignited. So yeah, early morning hours works for me. This weekend, Saturday, I did a mid-afternoon stream on Twitch, and it was like I think 2 o'clock my time. It was okay. I never thought I could write during that time, but it's not my best time to write. So I like to stick with this morning hour, and I might contemplate doing. I don't think a 12-hour writing, that's a long time. Maybe 2 or 3 hour writing sprints or divide it up throughout the day, have a writing marathon, probably towards the end of Camp Nano to help others, including myself, to keep pushing forward or to get over that goal. Because I want to get more than 50K during this writing session. Oh, you got, oh my gosh, that's really good. 558 words. Oh, you almost at your goal. This next sprint we're going to do, you're going to be there. That is good. Let me give you an applause for that. That is really good. I missed that 12-hour marathon yesterday. I was catching up on sleep. I need to check that out. Maybe I can just come in and out and join y'all doing that 12-hour marathon instead of staying at a whole 12 hour if they have another one. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And just work on some of the is it on YouTube that you was in the 12-hour marathon? So that's, I might check out some other people's sprint, just to get that motivation to get. I do my main word count to get that 2,000 early morning hours. And like I said, I want to at least get 3,000 to get at least 70K or anywhere from 65 to 70K by the end of the month. And that should complete my story. So I need to check that out. There's a playlist for you. Oh, okay. I'm going to look it up. Thank you. Thank you. So are y'all ready for our next and final 20-minute word sprint? We'll be back tomorrow too. So let's try to get that goal. Let's keep pushing that forward. Let's head for our next 20-minute. I messed up there. So we are finished with our our second 20-minute writing sprint. I was pretty productive today, and I'm shocked. I typed a total of 2,405 words, and I hadn't finished up the scene. I am on scene 6, and I hadn't finished it. So I will probably work on it a little bit later this evening. I hope y'all did good on your word count. And like I said, one word is better than no word. And the goal is to keep pushing forward. One word, one sentence, one paragraph, one page at a time. That's how I look at it. So, yeah, so that was it. I'm a little laggy today. I had an allergic reaction going on last night, so I didn't get no good sleep. I'll have to probably call my doctor and get something for my allergies. I usually break out in hives, so I was itchy. And I started off a little slow this morning, but I think I did pretty good. Oh, you did good too. 305. Oh my goodness, that's really good. So just a few more, maybe another 10 minutes, you'll be at your 1,000 word count. So I'm really proud of y'all, and I really thank you all for joining me today. It's so much fun when you have others writing with you. Tomorrow is going to be day 7. It's going to be one whole week that we did Camp NaNoWrimo. So make sure you update your word counts, and hopefully I can have more vision of my story as I progress along. Uh, I can't wait till I get to the end. So that's going to be something to celebrate. I decided to celebrate every week. So my thing for me is to buy me some fresh flowers, some fresh cut flowers. And it's not expensive. I go to Kroger's and I usually get what they have on sale and just cut them up and put them in my little jar. I love flowers. So that's what I'm going to do for on day 7, which is tomorrow. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for joining me. I'm proud of your word count. Let me give you an applause. Yay! We did really good. We really did good. And yeah, I think we need to reward ourselves with something. This is like a celebratory award for me. Some flowers. Well, yeah, maybe a new song or something. There's other means. It's just that I had a little extra money, so I go buy me some little flowers. I could buy me some for about $5 and cut it up, and then it'll last for about a week. So anyway, until tomorrow, y'all, we're gonna be here again at 5 a.m. Central Time Zone. I'm in Houston. I'm up like at 3:30, and we'll be here until 6. I like to finish by 6 because my new goal to get me in the healthy is to start walking in the morning, and the best time to walk is early morning before the sun is out. It gets really hot and humid here. So until tomorrow, y'all have a blessed and safe day, and happy writing. Happy writing.